paper's not. Sucks cause it changes up the taste a lot, and it doesn't mix well with the grain.
It's 2014, an election year in South Africa.
This means the world over, politicians are seen out in public getting tough on drugs.
The public were told to snitch on their neighbours.
Roadblocks increased, and the newspapers reported bust after bust with glee.
We'd like to talk about all these arrests. Prosecuting and jailing all these people is enormous. Did it change anything? Did anyone learn anything? Or was it just the politicians using your tax money to promote their agenda?
According to the Drug Watch website, there were 23,000 arrests in 12 weeks for a range of street drug offences. Those arrests cost the taxpayer an estimated 38 million rand and netted 13 million rand in substances.
We wonder how much of that Dagga went straight back into circulation. Fully 99% of those arrests were Dagga users.
These stats were published by the Anti-Drug Alliance in 2013. The ADA are no fans of Dagga or any other substances, but understand there has to be another approach to South Africa's ever-increasing drug consumption.
Any substance can be potentially addictive. We're anti-addiction at the end of the day. The substance or action really doesn't matter to us.
So how come it costs so much to clean up the streets? To understand that, you have to understand the prohibition system. These mostly non-violent young Dagga users are now fed into the system.
Our statistics are rock solid. We use published documents from various government departments, as well as press release material directly from SABS and Crimeline for our figures.
It costs 2 million rand to arrest 23,000 suspects and a further 8 million rand in man-hours to keep these suspects in jail overnight. Over 15 million rand in investigating officers' time and a further 10 million for the court proceedings. That's nearly 40 million rand.
What would you do with 40 million rand?
40 million! With 40 million rands, we would establish a national network to address the socio-economic, health, education, and the spirituality of the Rastafari people. It is time to build churches and schools and develop rural land for all Rastafari people. The persecution of the Rastafarians for their use of the holy herb have gone on for so long.
We are the Mafosa, Marijuana Forum of South Africa.
My grades sky high, but my paper's not. Sucks cause it
I don't know what was the purpose behind that.
No, okay, this is our crew here waiting for us. We've got to get to the next place at the Dagga Centre.
No problem, we can continue.
Thank you very much.
No, I want the license, but I can't just stop you.
Oh no, well, the license is in the cut, Ross. My license is in. Oh, here's your one.
speed. Get the SMK or the OCB, cause I like them thin and my lungs don't bleed. Then I head back.
Don't you think it is a fundamental human right to put into your body what you choose to? The Rastafari are the most persecuted of Dagga users in South Africa, the easiest of targets and the most gentle of cultures.
If South Africans were free to use this plant responsibly as adults in their own homes without fear of arrest or imprisonment, maybe South African society would become less violent.
I changed the grade, so I changed my ways like it changed my brain. The day I got laid by me.
What would you do with 40 million rand?
On my window panes and her face lights up when I
With 40 million rand, I would multiply it by investing in a proven sustainable green industry. I'll invest in an industrial cannabis company, better known as hemp. By doing this, I'll be creating over 3 million hemp-related jobs over a 5-year period through hemp industries such as housing and construction, nutrition, cosmetics, clothing, biofuel, paper, animal feed and bedding, just to name a few. So give him the 40 million rand instead. Let us all benefit. Join the industrial cannabis revolution now. Buy hemp.
Long gone are the red grizzly days. I changed my blades when I changed my ways, and my ways got changed when I changed the grade. Changed the grade and I changed the taste. That Mary Jane has got amazing grace, but the change I've made kinda.
What would you do with 40 million?
To keep the chain replaced. Mary says money's just time and space.
Yo, 40 million rand, man, the things that I could do. I'd post bail for the kids that were wrongfully accused. I'd educate the masses and those folks without a clue about cannabis, its qualities, and the things that it can do. Because I've seen cancer die and people survive because they utilize what this earth provides. And here in SA, we got the perfect climate to see communities rely on herbs to thrive. But still, we gotta ask, is it any wonder we don't utilize hemp in a steady abundance? It's another way to hold back people, because you can't have wars if your soldiers are peaceful. We'd see wars declining all across the land if everyone decided to ask the man, yo, what's the deal? What's the plan?
It starts with dialogue. We need to talk about the solutions and stop dwelling in what is seen as the problem. Legalization is the only alternative that is going to save countless lives.
South African industrial cannabis sector is shamefully behind the world's powerhouse economies. The UK, France, Canada, the USA, and even China have got very vibrant industrial cannabis sectors.
The way we see it, South Africa is an ideal geography and climate to grow any form of cannabis. It's prolific. And as you can see from 100 years of failed prohibition, you can't keep a good Dagga bush down. What would you do with 40 million rand?
I'd pump it all into medical research. People all over the planet treat and cure themselves of chronic illness with cannabis. Peer-reviewed studies are proving cannabis to be effective treatment for many types of cancer.
Sucks because it changes up the taste a lot and it doesn't mix well.
Cannabis is a highly effective medicine. It can relieve and cure a large range of diseases. Pharmaceutical companies already have patents on the plant and are prescribing cannabis medicine worldwide. It's time to legalize this plant. South African medicine for South Africans.
Back home and it's time to feed. Sort the stems and I search for seeds. Then I hit my couch and I do.
What would you do with 40 million rand?
40 million is a drop in the ocean. 40 million is a drop in the ocean. Dagga legalization offers far greater advantages from recreational use, medicinal use and industrial applications. The job creation potential is almost immeasurable, with Dagga having over 50,000 industrial applications. Well, South Africa is already one of the top 3 producers of marijuana in the world, while the Dagga tourism is set to generate billions in tax. Look at our brothers in Uruguay, who took the bold step to legalize cannabis. That's for all of you who prescribe to the notion that third world countries or developing nations can't make autonomous decisions. It is possible.
The evidence for cannabis having a multitude of medical applications is indisputable and overwhelming. Dagga is abundant in South Africa. Why are we not allowed to use it?
The drug war is a war on people, not drugs.
This figure of 40 million we've been talking about doesn't include any convictions. South Africa has a conviction rate of only 9%.
How can it be that in a country like Israel, at the forefront of medical cannabis science, have 12,000 state patients using Dagga, and in America, tens of thousands of people queue up every day for their medicine?
That's the case then. Out of 23,000 arrests, just over 2,000 would get a criminal record and a jail sentence. So if you throw 1 year jail into the mix, the figure reaches a mind-boggling 245 million rand.
What are the alternatives? Well, right now, it's easier for a teenager to get Dagga than beer. Nobody's looking for an ID. As crazy as it sounds to some of you, the only way to control the use of the Dagga plant is to set it free.
The hash and I don't take hits when they smoke their trash. Then I grab my blades and I make the dash. I'm twisted, ripped, I'm spent, I'm lashed. Smoke OCB and SNK, long gone all the